Endeavor is a global venture capital firm that is transforming emerging and underserved markets by building thriving entrepreneurial ecosystems. And today we're diving deep into the world of innovation and impact with members of the Endeavor community, right here on Taking Stock.
KOHO is what's colloquially called the Challenger Bank. And what that means is we work very hard to give everybody a great financial foundation. We do this with a core bank account that helps people build credit, improve their rent payments, pay high interest rates, cashback, all that kind of stuff. And we're based in Canada.
And you reach over 1 million users. So talk to me about what you attribute this growth to and how are you going to sustain it?
Look, we're fortunate to have had quite a bit of growth in Canada. It really comes back to the mission and what you talked about. One of the things we ask ourselves before we launch every product is, would we be proud to recommend this to somebody we cared about? And I think when you think about that extent of over the long term and the way that that's informed how we build products versus the Canadian banks, which is one of the most heavily centralized oligopolies in the world, we've just been able to win on product. And if we are going to win, the banks are so much bigger than us, it's always going to come back to the amount of value we can create with our product.
And speaking of momentum, talk to me about your $100 million run rate. How are you going to sustain this? And what is your biggest strategy behind this?
There's probably three answers to that question. And the first one is we continue to hold to the mission when we're shipping very traditional banking products. So we'll make everything we do simple and clear and accessible. Our goal is never to trick customers, to just make them have high-informed decisions around traditional banking products. And then we're getting into all these new fields, which is super exciting. Like with KOHO, you can get renter's insurance, travel insurance, eSIM. You can build your credit history by paying rent. A bunch of things that are net new to the Canadian marketplace. So those are kind of emerging markets, or emerging products is how we think about it. And then the third thing is, and Canada's different in this way, we're getting a bank license. And we're about 3.5 years into a 4.5-year process to get that. It's very difficult in Canada, but we do expect to be full stack, which is going to let us compete with the banks in cost of capital as well.
Yeah, because KOHO has a lot of banking investing tools when it comes to credit building, especially overdraft protection. Yeah. But talk to me about how you're utilizing these financial tools to sort of revolutionize the financial landscape and overcome the challenges we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about where the banks play and the amount of branches and infrastructure, and many of these banks have 100,000 employees, they're just really not set up to serve everyday Canadians. And these are the folks that are living paycheck to paycheck. And half the country's living paycheck to paycheck. And so the way that we can approach this is, the team's small today. It's 250 people. It will probably always be 250 people. And we get to ship all of these great products and then create all these savings and then pass those on to the user in form of either like better savings rates or better cashback, or ultimately making it really easy to build your credit history.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me on Taking Stock, Daniel.
It's an honor. Thank you.